She declared, "I only date men who can keep up with me." I smiled. Then, go ahead. A week later, I stopped paying for her luxury condo, the one she boasted about on Instagram but could never actually afford. Her living my best life post fooled no one. I'm 31, work in finance, and make good money. Not billionaire status, but comfortable enough that I don't check my bank account before buying groceries. I met Vanessa at a mutual friend's rooftop party about 18 months ago. She was magnetic, beautiful, confident, the kind of woman who walks into a room and owns it. We hit it off immediately. She worked in marketing, or so she said, for some boutique agency downtown. Always dressed immaculately, always had plans at the trendiest spots, always posting these aspirational photos that made her life look like a magazine spread. 3 months in, she moved into what she called her dream condo. 23rd floor, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city, marble countertops, the works. I remember the Instagram post, her in a silk robe, coffee in hand, caption reading, "Finally living my best life in my own space." The comments flooded in. "Queen, you deserve it. Goals." I was proud of her. We'd been getting serious, and seeing her achieve what seemed like financial independence was attractive. Here's what I didn't know. The condo wasn't hers. Well, technically the lease was in her name, but she couldn't afford a single month of rent, not one. It started small. About 2 weeks after she moved in, we were having dinner at her place. I'd brought takeout from this expensive Italian spot she loved when she got quiet. "Babe," she said, twirling her wine glass. "I hate asking this, but the agency messed up my commission payout. It won't hit until next month. Could you help me with rent? Just this once?" The amount was $3,200. I didn't love it, but relationships require flexibility, right? I transferred the money that night. Just this once became every month. By month 4, I'd paid her rent 4 times. I started noticing things. She'd go shopping constantly. New handbags, new shoes, expensive dinners with her girlfriends that she'd post about extensively. Meanwhile, I was covering her most basic living expense. When I gently brought it up, she'd get defensive. "Are you seriously keeping score?" she said one night, her voice sharp. "I thought we were partners. I didn't realize you were my accountant." "I'm not keeping score, Van. I'm just saying, maybe cut back on the shopping if money's tight." She stared at me like I'd suggested she stop breathing. "I work hard. I deserve nice things. Not everyone wants to live like a monk saving every penny." That stung, but I dropped it. I didn't want to be that guy, the one who controlled his girlfriend's spending, so I kept paying. Around month 7, things shifted. We were at brunch with her friends. I was picking up the tab, naturally, when one of them, Christina, made a comment. "Van, didn't you say you only date men who can keep up with you? Looks like you found one." Everyone laughed. Vanessa laughed. I smiled, but something felt off about the way she didn't correct the implication. Later that day, I asked her about it. What did Christina mean? About dating guys who can keep up? Vanessa shrugged. "It's just girl talk. Don't be insecure." "I'm not insecure. I'm asking what it meant." She sighed dramatically. "Fine. Before you, I dated guys who were ambitious, who wanted the lifestyle I want. Some of them couldn't handle it. That's all she meant." "Handle what, exactly?" "This conversation is exhausting," she said, grabbing her phone. "I'm not doing this." Month 9, I found the group chat. Her laptop was open on the couch. She'd been showing me a photo, and a message notification popped up. The preview was enough. "He's still paying for everything, LOL." Easiest setup ever. My stomach dropped. I shouldn't have, but I clicked. The group chat was called Gold Digger Academy, with her 3 closest friends. I scrolled up. Months of messages, screenshots of our conversations. Her laughing about how I believed her commission delay story, how I was safe and boring but useful, how she was secretly seeing someone else, a personal trainer named Derek, but keeping me around because I was the financial anchor. There was a photo she'd sent them, a selfie of us together with the caption, "Paid rent again. Boyfriend of the month." I sat there for probably 10 minutes just reading. My hands were shaking. The most recent message, from 2 days prior, "I only date men who can keep up with me," is my new line. Watch how fast they try to prove themselves. When Vanessa came back from the bathroom, I was still holding her laptop. She saw my face and knew immediately. "Babe, don't." My voice came out calmer than I felt. I read it. All of it. She tried the defensive route first. "You went through my private messages? That's a huge violation. You've been using me for rent for 9 months while sleeping with someone else and mocking me to your friends." Her face cycled through several expressions: shock, anger, then calculation. Finally, she landed on tears. "I can explain. Those messages, they're taken out of context. We joke around, it doesn't mean. There's a guy named Derek." She froze. "Tell me I'm wrong," I said. She couldn't. "Then go ahead," I said, standing up. "Keep up with yourself." I walked out, blocked her number in the elevator, drove home and immediately called the management company of her building. I'd been listed as an authorized payer on her account. I removed my payment information and notified them I would no longer be covering any expenses. The fallout was immediate. Update 1: Vanessa called me from 3 different numbers over the next 2 days. I didn't answer. She showed up at my apartment building, but I refused to let her up. Through the intercom, all I said was, "Find someone else who can keep up." Day 4, she left a voicemail. She was crying, saying Derek had ghosted her the moment she told him she needed help with rent. Apparently, his entrepreneurial lifestyle didn't include actual money, just gym equipment and protein shakes. The irony. Day 7, her Instagram went private. A mutual friend told me she'd posted some cryptic story about fake people and learning who's real before locking everything down. Day 10, I got a message request on Instagram from Christina, the brunch friend. "Hey, I know this is random, but I wanted to apologize. I didn't know the extent of what she was doing. She told us you guys had an arrangement. If I'd known she was lying and using you like that, I would have said something. That group chat was toxic and I left it. Just wanted you to know not everyone was okay with it." I appreciated that, honestly. Replied with a simple, "Thanks for reaching out." Update 2 week 3, the real collapse happened. Vanessa's marketing agency had apparently been a lie too, or at least mostly a lie. She did some freelance social media consulting, but nothing close to what she'd claimed. Without my rent money, she couldn't make her next payment. I heard through the grapevine she tried hitting up other guys she'd dated before me. None of them helped. She got evicted after 2 months of non-payment. The condo she'd built her entire online persona around. Gone. The "Living My Best Life" post was still up, though, which made it even more pathetic. People who knew the truth started commenting things like, "How's that dream condo?" before she turned off comments entirely. She moved back in with her parents, about 45 minutes outside the city. Her Instagram became a ghost town. Rare posts, no more designer bags or rooftop brunches, just sad quotes about betrayal and growth. Derek, the personal trainer, apparently started dating one of her friends from the group chat. Vanessa lost her mind over it, according to mutual sources. Burned that entire friend group to the ground with accusations and drama. Christina sent me a message. "You dodged a nuke, not a bullet." Update 3. 2 months after the eviction, I got an unexpected call. Not from Vanessa, but from her mother. I almost didn't answer, but curiosity got the better of me. "Hello? Is this him? The finance guy?" Her voice was tired, defeated. "This is he." "Mrs. Morrison? I need you to understand something," she said, not even acknowledging my question. "My daughter is in therapy now. Real therapy. She's been diagnosed with some things. Shopping addiction, validation-seeking behaviors. The therapist says it stems from, well, that doesn't matter. What matters is she's getting help. I didn't know what to say. That's good? She owes you money. I know that. We're working on a payment plan. I found all the receipts, the bank transfers, $28,800 over 9 months. The exact number hit differently hearing it out loud. I'd known, obviously, but having someone else calculate it made it real. Mrs. Morrison, I don't expect... We're going to pay you back, not all at once, but we will. I raised her better than this. I don't know where I went wrong, but I'm not letting her run from this. You'll get $500 a month until it's settled. That's what we can afford. She hung up before I could respond. 2 days later, I received a Venmo payment for $500 with the memo, Payment 1 of 58, V. Morrison. Update 4 months 5 since the breakup, things got weird. Vanessa created a new Instagram account, not private this time, but completely different. No more luxury shots or aspirational captions. Instead, it was this brutally honest documentation of her recovery journey. Posts about living with her parents at 29, working retail at a local boutique, going to therapy twice a week, selling her designer bags to pay back debts. One post in particular went semi-viral in our mutual circles. It was a photo of her old Living My Best Life post, side by side with a current photo of her childhood bedroom. The caption was long. 5 months ago, I was evicted from the condo I couldn't afford, lost the boyfriend I was using, and hit rock bottom. I was living a complete lie, funded by manipulation and someone else's kindness. I hurt people. I used people. I turned relationships into transactions and called it ambition. This is me now, broke, humbled, and actually working on being a real person. To the man I hurt most. I know you'll never read this, but I'm sorry. You deserved honesty. You deserved respect. Instead, I gave you 9 months of lies. I'm paying you back, slowly, and I'll never stop being ashamed of what I did. Christina forwarded it to me with a simple, "Thoughts?" I didn't know what to think. Part of me respected the accountability. Part of me wondered if it was just another performance, a new type of content to post. But the $500 payments kept coming, every month like clockwork. Payment 2, payment 3, payment 4. I ran into her once, actually, at a coffee shop near her parents' place. I was there visiting a client nearby. She was behind the counter, wearing the boutique's uniform, looking exhausted. Our eyes met. She froze, then gave this small, sad nod. I nodded back and left. Final update. It's been 10 months now. Almost a full year since I walked out of that condo. The $500 payments are still coming. Payment 10 arrived last week. Mrs. Morrison has never missed one. Emma and I are doing great. We got engaged last month. Nothing flashy, just a weekend camping trip where I asked and she said yes. We're planning a small wedding next spring. Her parents love me, probably because I'm not bankrolling a fake lifestyle. Her dad made a joke at dinner last week. Finally, a man who lets my daughter pay her own bills. Everyone laughed. It felt good. Vanessa's still posting her recovery content. Her follower count is actually growing. People respond to authenticity, apparently, even when it comes from someone who had none before. She got promoted to assistant manager at the boutique, still living with her parents, but saving money now. Real money, from real work. I did something last month that surprised even me. I replied to one of her Instagram stories, the first contact I'd initiated since leaving. She'd posted about making her 10th payment and how she had 48 more to go. My message was simple. You don't have to keep posting about this. The payments are enough. She responded an hour later. I know, but I need people to know what I did, what it cost, not for sympathy, for accountability. Thank you for that night, by the way, for walking away. I wouldn't have changed if you'd stayed. I didn't respond to that. There wasn't anything left to say. Derek, from what I hear, got dumped by Vanessa's former friend when she realized he was exactly what he appeared to be. All appearance, no substance, He's apparently trying to become a fitness influencer now. Good luck with that. Christina and I actually became friends, real friends. She introduced me to Emma, actually. They teach at the same school. Small world. She told me recently that the other girls from the Gold Digger Academy chat have scattered. One moved to another state. The other got married to some guy she met on a dating app and immediately started the same games with him. Some people learn, Christina said. Some people don't. The luxury condo building sent me a promotional email last week, ironically. They're offering deals on units. I deleted it, but not before noticing that the same floor plan Vanessa had is now going for $3,500 a month. Prices went up. She couldn't afford it then, definitely can't afford it now. But here's the thing. I don't think she wants it anymore. Her recent posts are about simple things. Coffee with her mom, finishing a book, hitting a savings goal. Maybe it's performance, maybe it's real growth. Either way, it's not my concern. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not hurt. Mostly, I'm just grateful. Grateful I found out when I did. Grateful for the lesson. Grateful that I found someone who doesn't need me to keep up with her because we're actually walking together at the same pace, building something real. Sometimes people tell you exactly who they are in a single sentence. I only date men who can keep up with me wasn't about ambition or standards. It was about finding someone to fund an illusion. I'm just glad I stopped running. Emma and I signed a lease on a bigger apartment yesterday. We're splitting everything 50-50, she insisted. When we got home, she made a joke. Think this one will make Instagram? Not if we're doing it right, I said. And that's exactly how I want it.